Bheki, good evening. Thank you so much for your time. Really do appreciate it. How far can 500 million rand go?
No, good evening, Oliver. Thank you very much. Good evening to the viewers at home. Yes, one, we welcome the 500 million that the president has pronounced. But we are saying, when you look at the townships in the country, in all 9 provinces, we've got 550 plus townships in the country. Now, that is why we are, calling the private sector to say, let's top it up to 5 billion. Because at least with 5 billion, then we can then start making an impact in terms of the township economy. But also we need to understand, when we talk about this 500 million, is it going to the retail and the spaza shop only, or is it talking about the whole township economy? Because remember, Oliver, when we talk about township economy, we've got about 16 plus sectors in the township economy. You've got the tourism economy, you've got the automotive economy, those are the build environment and construction economy. Now, those are the economies. Now, we need to unpack even the regulations as well, to say, when we talk about the regulations on the registration of spaza shop, what are we talking about? But yes, we need 500 million is not enough, but we are saying we appreciate it's a start. And also our proposal, Oliver, is to say, remember during COVID, we had what we call solidarity fund. I think for me, for us as the township businesses, it will be, we are now proposing to say we need to have something like that. Because remember, when you look at the funds that we have, you've got your TRAP, you've got your NEF, all those, the TIDA, all those funds, if they can, brought together so that we top up, the amount or the number from 500 million to 5 billion, Oliver.
Yeah, perhaps to consider this, is this a surreptitious or inadvertent way of the state attempting to formalize the informal sector of the economy? Because a large part of the township economy is informal. Does it remove the barriers and perhaps the impediments that stood in the way of small businesses in townships becoming formal businesses?
Remember, when you talk about township economy, Oliver, it's 60% formal and 40% informal. Then when you talk about informal, we are saying even if we are informal, but we need to professionalize. We need to make sure that professionalizing spaza shop is critical. Look what is happening currently. We need to then say, I think we need to prevent the activities that are happening, making sure that when you talk about spaza shop, let's look at the whole value chain. Let's look at the source. The issue of the manufacturing. This is why we're calling even the DTIC to say, the whole concept of industrialization of the townships, creating industries and, so that people, they walk to work. And also we make sure that when we talk about township economy, we need to then understand that we also need to start producing what we consume. It's very critical and very important. But it's a right step. It's a right step of starting now to register and formalize those that are willing to formalize, but make sure that we also professionalize the informal economy, Oliver.
Yeah. Lastly, we don't yet have a sense of what the prerequisites would be for prospective businesses to access the 500 million or their share of the 500 million rand, and what the processes will be. What do you imagine it should be, and how do you hope it plays out?
Yeah, remember, the issue of access to funding is very critical. It's one of the challenges that businesses in the township are facing because of the red tapes. We need to then say, what will be the structure of the 500 million in terms of accessing that 500 million? What are the red tapes? Make sure that we remove the barriers and the red tape so that people are able to access that. But our issue and our concern is that who will be distributing this funding, what mechanism that they will be using, who qualifies, to get this funding. Those are the things that we need to unpack. This is why we're calling upon the government to really work with us. Let's have partnership, let's collaborate, because as I always say, we in the township space, we know and understand the challenges and we've got the solution. We're now calling on government to say, let the government partner with the businesses in the township, most especially the structures that are there, that are organized, organized business formations, so that we can then assist the government, to make sure that this money is distributed, fairly and speedily.
Yeah, we're going to have to leave it there. Bheki, thank you so much for your time and your insights. I really do appreciate it. Bheki Twala is the founder and the president of the Township Economic Commission.